Oh, well, hi there, fellow Namekians, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for instant transmissioning to my video, and of course, happy Vlogmas today. So for today's episode of Vlogmas, we are actually going to be discussing my favorite underrated mangas, because I feel like there are just so many out there. I mean, there's so many different mangas out there that it's sometimes hard to find ones that you know other people that have read too. So today I'm just going to tell you my favorite underrated favorites. So some of these I have not read in honestly a really long time, but I remember just absolutely loving them, and I can still remember certain details that I enjoy in them. So let me just get started. So I'm going to discuss 8 different mangas with you guys today. Some of them I own, some of them I don't. So the first one I'm going to tell you about is number 8. That is High School Debut. That's this beauty right here. I'm horrible and still haven't finished this, surprisingly, because usually if I can't find the other mangas, I usually go and finish them online. But that's why this is listed as number 8, because I have not finished it yet. I have read volumes 1 through 3, and then I also own 4 through 6. So there's just still a few I haven't read yet. The first time I read this manga was actually when I was in middle school. My old middle school best friend lent me this manga and I fell in love with it. So then I started buying them at McKay's when I find them. So let me give you a little short synopsis about what High School Debut is about. So I'm not the greatest with giving descriptions for people to enjoy, so I'm just going to read you little synopsises that I find online if I don't know a great way to describe it, so don't judge me for that. So anyway, High School Debut. While in middle school, Haruna Nagashima threw herself into playing softball while secretly dreaming of finding romance, but without any luck. And when I first read this manga, I related to that really well because I myself played softball for 9 years, surprisingly. I played it all the way until I hit freshman year of high school, and then I quit to do theater. So I kind of related to that on a little bit of, you know, that character. High school has just started for her, and she now has the perfect chance to fall in love with a potential boyfriend. But there's one problem. She has no idea where to begin. So the basic of, you know, shoujo. On her first day of school, she accidentally bumps into Yu Komiyama, the most popular boy in the year. With his stunning looks, Haruna is positive he can help. The handsome boy reluctantly agrees to coach her about love under one condition: she must not fall in love with him. Under Yu's guidance, will Haruna be able to kick off her high school debut and find herself a boyfriend? I guess you guys should read it to find out if you're curious. It is a pretty good manga. I've enjoyed what I've read so far. In this list I'm about to give you, this is the only one I have not finished. So I guess I should probably actually get off of here and go finish it, like when I'm done with this video, because it's so good. Alright, number 7 is a manga I don't own, so I will post a picture of it up here. It is called Kitchen Princess. It is adorable. This is such an adorable shoujo, and I love the art style of it, and it's just so cute, and it's pretty much what the title says. So the first time I read this manga, I found it online by accident and like on a manga reading app, and I finished it all in one day. It was a quick read, it was super good, and I highly recommend it. So let me give you a little short synopsis of Kitchen Princess. Also, excuse my pronunciation of some of these Japanese names. Obviously, I probably don't do a great job of pronouncing some of them. So, Kitchen Princess. Najika Kazami is a girl who is passionate about food, whether it comes to eating or cooking. I'm passionate when it comes to eating. She treasures the place she calls home, an orphanage in Hokkaido called Lavender House, as well as its owner, Hagio. As much as Hagio and the other orphans love her, Najika decides to leave the orphanage to attend a special academy in Tokyo, hoping to achieve her dream of becoming a pastry chef. However, Najika has another reason for leaving for the academy. She hopes to find the boy she calls the Flan Prince, a boy who touched her heart with a cup of flan 7 years ago. How sweet. Now 13-year-old Najika finds that the spoon he left behind with the flan shares its ensemble with the school she has been accepted to, the prestigious Saika Academy. With high hopes, Najika enters her school's beautiful campus and becomes a first-year student in Saika's junior high division. While unpopular with her fellow classmates due to her love of eating, she seems to find support from 2 boys who recognize her culinary talents, the popular brother Dashi and Sora Kitazawa. While Najika be able to find her place in the academy with her cooking, and perhaps also reunite with her full-on prince. I finished this manga, and I will say it's such a good read. I highly recommend you go find this and go read it. It's sweet, it's cute, it's pretty innocent, and it's so adorable. If you love cooking and you love food, honestly, go read it. It's absolutely precious. Okay, number 6 is actually in like my top 5 mangas overall in general. I don't own it, sadly. It's called Lovely Complex, or Lovecom for short. It is so good. I've read the manga, I've watched the anime, I've watched the live action film. They're all so good and so cute, and I love it. And I actually wrote the description myself for this one, so excuse how horrible it is written. But this is one I remember so well, I was just gonna write the description myself. I still have it on my phone, and I'm gonna read it from my phone because I am not good with memorizing scripts, even though I was in theater in high school. It's been a long time, okay? So, Lovely Complex. Atsushi Utani is the shortest boy in class. Kozumi Risa is the tallest girl in class. They get made fun of a lot and joked with due to the fact that he's so short and she's so tall. They bicker and argue a lot, and due to this, even their classmates and their homeroom teacher looks at this like it's comedy sketches. They both are just trying to find love, but when their love interests fall in love with each other instead, they start bonding over things they never thought they would together and start becoming more closer with each other, something neither of them expected. This is kind of a long manga, but I still recommend you go read it. The love story that blossoms in this is absolutely beautiful. It is such a good shoujo, and this is one that I still call underrated, but I wouldn't call it as underrated as a lot of the ones on this list, just because I have actually met people that have read this or watched it, and it's so good. Just please go read it, go watch it, do whatever. Just enjoy Lovely Complex, please. Number 5. I own this one, and I originally found this manga at a con. It caught my interest because it's only a single one-shot, one volume, and the pastel colors on this thing. It is called Mistress Fortune. Let's see if I can get it to focus on it. There we go. Like, look how beautiful this manga is. How could I not pick this up? And on top of that, it came with a little poster that I'm obviously not going to take out because, no. It comes with a two-sided poster. Here's one beautiful side, and the other. So obviously, this one is a super quick read because it is only a one volume. So I do recommend it, as I do all of these, but let me give you a little synopsis of what it is. 14-year-old Kisaki Tachikawa has psychic powers. She works for PSI, a secret government agency that fights aliens. She's in love with her partner, Geniro, but PSI won't allow operatives to get involved. Just when Kisaki thinks that she may be getting closer to Geniro, she finds out she is transferred to California. Oh no, what are they gonna do? I mean, it's a shoujo, so, you know, cute love, another super sweet, innocent manga, very quick read. If you're able to find it online or just anywhere in store or whatever, I definitely recommend you go read it. Number 4 on this list, I also own this one. It is called Demon Love Spell, and I do own all 6 volumes of this manga, so it's also another quick read, only 6 volumes. I originally found this at McKay's one time. I thought it looked pretty cute. I mean, look how pretty those characters are on the front. So I was like, you know, I gotta read this, and I don't regret buying it and reading it. So let's do a little synopsis on it. Alright, so Demon Love Spell. Miko is a shrine maiden who has never had much success at seeing or banishing spirits. Then she meets Kagura, a sexy demon who feeds off women's feelings of passion and love. Kagura's insatiable appetite has left many girls at school brokenhearted. So Miko casts a spell to seal his powers. Surprisingly, the spell works, sort of, but now Kagura is after her. And what's funny is this almost reminded me of another great manga that I didn't put in this list, and now I'm kind of sad I didn't, but that's Absolute Boyfriend. But I feel like it's a shoujo that I actually know a lot of people that have read this one because it's a little bit more popular. But it reminds me of that because she ends up turning him into a small child. That's funny. I accidentally opened this up and I got it right on the page. She accidentally turns him into a very small child, and that just reminded me of Absolute Boyfriend. But this is good. It's definitely not as much more on the innocent side, but I definitely recommend you read this. It's so cute still. I love my good shoujo. Alright, next on this list is a manga called Beauty Pop. I don't own it, so I will post a picture of it up here. I want to own all of these one day because I loved Beauty Pop. The first time I read it, I think I was a freshman. My school library had this manga, which is what made me pick it up, and God, it was so good. I still think about it a lot, and that was like 11 years ago when I read it. Beauty Pop. Although a truly gifted hairstylist, Kare Koshiba has no interest in using her talent to pursue fame and fortune, unlike the 3 popular boys in the Scissors Project at school. Determined to become the best makeover team in Japan, they give showy makeovers to hand-picked girls. As much as Kare tries to shy away from the Scissors Project spotlight, she finds herself responding to beauty's call. It's a cute little hairstylist manga. All the characters are pretty. They're easy to fall in love with. I really enjoy these characters. And obviously, watching love blossom between 2 people that is just unexpected, which I mean, it's expected when you're reading it, but unexpected to those people, is just really fun to read. Number 2 on my list is Ultra Maniac. I don't own this manga. I'm really upset because I want to own it all. This is definitely in my top mangas overall in general. This is a very good read. It does have an anime. Please don't watch the anime over the manga because it's very different from the manga, and I do not recommend it. I mean, the anime's good, especially for like younger children. I recommend it for if people don't know what anime for their kids to watch. But anyway, yeah. Continuing on, let me give you a little synopsis of this manga. Fantasies and miracles never interested Ayu Tatsushi, a popular second-year middle school student. She was content with preserving her image of being cool, calm, and collected, all to catch the eye of her crush, Tetsushi Kaiji. Ayu's carefree days are interrupted by the appearance of Nina Sakura, who's my favorite character, a new transfer student who turns out to be a witch. Nina, who left home after failing an exam at her school in the Magic Kingdom, quickly latches onto Ayu and becomes her best friend. Unfortunately, Nina's ineptitude with the magic and her habit of meddling in Ayu's personal life cause nothing but trouble for the 2 of them as Ayu toils to maintain her good reputation and Nina struggles to hide her secret from the disconcerting eye of Hiroki Sujai, Tetsushi's best friend and an avid fan of manga, and I really like him too. And when Nina's presence attracts more people from the Magic Kingdom, Ayu is dragged into a world she never even dreamed possible. This is such a good story of romance, friendship, magic. It's so good. It's also a sweet little innocent manga, and it's super enjoyable. And this is one that I will always recommend to people, for sure. Number 1 on my list is my absolute favorite manga of all time. I will always recommend this manga to people. I have bought it for people for Christmas and stuff before in hopes that they will read it and enjoy it, and that is Kare First Love. This is my absolute favorite manga of all time. I own all 10 volumes. It actually took me a long time to get all 10 volumes because some of them are very difficult to find. When I was in 7th grade, I had a friend lend me this manga, and it was one of the first mangas I ever read, actually, aside from Digimon, which was the very first manga I ever read. But I fell in love with this. Kare First Love. I wish everyone in the world would read this manga. It is your basic shoujo manga, but I don't care. It is so good, so pretty. I feel like it tackles a lot of real life things, and I love it. So let me give you a little synopsis. It is a synopsis I wrote myself, so it's not the greatest in the world, but I just wanted to do this manga justice. Kare First Love. My first manga that I read, so I'm a little biased on it, for sure. It is your basic shoujo. The girl Karen, who was never noticed, is now noticed by one of the most pretty guys around Korea. They have a mutual shared love for photography, which is one thing that brought them together. I loved following along with their love story, even if it's like ones I have already seen or read before. The characters were easily relatable and they're easy to fall in love with. It's just teen manga of love and the progression of their relationship, because they do get together in, I think, volume 1 for the most part. I mean, not really spoilers. The whole manga is just their love and them falling in love even more. And I love this manga so much, and I read it every year and I love it, so please go read it. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope you enjoyed this list of some of my favorite underrated manga. In the comments, if you read any manga, of course, please let me know some of your favorite underrated mangas, because I always love suggestions. So anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Vlogmas. I hope you don't mind that these last few episodes had just been me sitting down talking and not really vlogging as much. It's just something that's a lot easier to do whenever I have work. And also, my sink is broken, which is getting fixed tomorrow. My car is broken down at the moment, which is hopefully getting fixed this week too. So I'm just under a lot of stress, and these kind of videos are just much more easier and put me at ease. So thank you guys for watching this episode of Vlogmas. I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Bye guys!